So what's the story behind the tile?
When we came to live in England and we found this house, I found the tiles in a small Chelsea shop, and I was told by the owner that it used to be in a yacht owned by a Greek shipping mogul. But it's lovely, and we kept it on the wall because we didn't want to chisel it off.
So they reclaimed it?
Yes, they reclaimed it from
I'm guessing I can't chisel this off.
No way.
Sounds fascinating stuff,
Hey.
guys, but I tell you what, the viewer would never forgive me if I didn't find a spoon that we might be able to... I'm not going to ask you to bend it.
A straight spoon.
Yeah, because this one looks too good.
Yeah, King George.
Is it?
The third. You know, I can't remember whether it was Sotheby's, Christie's or Bonham, so I covered the three of them, but one of the auctions. I think it's a beautiful spoon. You know, let me tell you something quickly. A spoon is an artwork. Look at it. It's sensual. You put it in your mouth, you nourish your body with it, and it's just gorgeous.
Well, can I add a couple of things to that?
Tell us.
Well, we're talking back in the kind of 1300s. If you had a spoon, you were a wealthy person. You kept your spoon. There were no forks then. Now, interestingly, we have the cipher here of what looks like George III, but the spoon itself is silver-plated. Well, George III died in 1820, but silver plating in electroplating wasn't really developed until the 1850s, okay?
Really?
So this is probably from one of his households.
Yes.
So it would have been a later addition to the household and would have still been given the cipher.
Can I hire you to be on my shows? You know? I mean, I'm learning so much about spoons from you.
Well, we know you bought it at a big auction house.
And you know what? I'm going to instill my energy into this spoon.
Don't bend it, for goodness sake. We may
Positive
not get it.
energy. No, I'm putting...
I'll give you a
I'm
cheap
putting,
spoon to do it.
It's not positive energy. So whoever gets this spoon will have amazing good luck.
How much, John?
I think they're going to be fighting over it now. Well, I'm going to say 40 to 60 as an estimate.
I don't know about you, but I could happily go through the rest of the show without another reference to spoons. I don't think that's going to be possible, though, in the present company. Meanwhile, Shippy is rummaging in the pyramid. Cosmic forces seem to be guiding him towards something. What could it be? It's a comic, but not just any old comic. In the May 1976 episode of Daredevil, our hero teams up with a character called Uri Geller to defeat their nemesis Mindwave. And how flattering for Uri to have been featured in an all-action adventure comic strip. This oblique view into the mind-boggling extent of Uri's past fame could gather another 20 to 40 pounds at auction. Now, it seems that Uri doesn't just bend spoons and other cutlery, he puts them to good use as well. He fashions hedges in their image, he offers them as votive offerings at the foot of obelisks, and he covers entire cars with them.
Hey,
Here it is.
this is the famous
My
Cadillac.
1976 Cadillac.
Fantastic. And so where did you buy the Cadillac originally?
In New York. You know, to show off, I was that shallow then. And I brought the car here when we came to live in England, and I decided to rivet all the collection that I had, that I collected through the last 50 years. This spoon belonged to James Dean when he died in the Porsche.
Oh, my goodness. And what is this little blob on it?
It has his DNA because there's blood on it. Walt Disney.
Okay.
And look here, Elvis Presley gave me this one. He was a great believer in UFOs and the paranormal.
Yeah.
This was John Lennon's. We were good friends in New York.
You didn't bend that one for him then?
No, I didn't. This is King James I, a sealed spoon.
Okay.
This is Rasputin. Salvador Dali gave me this. When I bent a spoon for him, he freaked out. He locked himself in a room. This is in the Ritz Hotel in Barcelona. And then for 3 or 4 hours, then he opens the door and he walks out with his crystal ball.
How many do you reckon are on the car?
I think close to 5,000.
That's amazing.
I love the car.
And, I mean,
it goes to charities. You know, I raise money for charities with the car.
You have to tell me, this is a hard question, but if you had to pick out one spoon of this entire collection, which is really important to you, which one would it be?
I would go for Elvis Presley. And yeah, it's just
beautiful.
An incredible car.
Now, you were talking about Israel,
Yeah.
and of course, earlier in the programme, we were talking about the fact that you were born in Israel.
Yes.
But if we go back to 1967 and the Six-Day War, you actually ended up doing your national service in that war.
I was in the paratroopers.
Yeah.
We fought outside Jerusalem in Ramallah. And It was hard because I had, my men were dying left, right, center around me, and it was devastating, very tough. I became immensely spiritual after that. For instance, my children never had a toy gun in their house or a tank. It totally changed my life and my psyche at the war.
How do you think that you've changed as a man, as an individual, since then?
Well, look, Gloria, you know, I became famous out of necessity. I wanted to make money. I wanted my mother to stop working. We're very, very poor in Israel. And I went out to the world and made it. And of course, I was young. I was in my 20s, so I wanted to show off, hey, Uri Geller made it, you know. But then you change, you constantly change. You know that, Gloria, we all do.
So then it brings us to the Red Cross and the great work that they do. Do you feel that because you're a very changed person that there's more emphasis in you to do things for other people?
I think it's very important to give, no matter how much, even if it's a tiny, small amount, because it comes back to you tenfold. That's the laws of the universe.